I'm hearting you. Hi, my name is Rusty Humphries. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Now is the time. Check in. Let me know who you are, where you're deplorable from. It's been a little while since I've been on the air, and I would love to say hi to you. Got a big announcement coming up in a couple of moments. Let's see here. Connie is there. There was chaos at the Capitol. We'll get into that. Get your thoughts on the children running our country. Hey, Connie, how are you? So check in. First of all, tonight's program is being powered by Right Wing News. Also, the nice folks at Liberty One TV, our great sponsor. And that is the nice folks at Virtual Shield. I don't know about you, but if you haven't gotten yourself a Virtual Shield insurance to protect yourself against big data and these big companies stealing your browsing history, well, you better go right now over to virtualshield.com/Rusty. While you're there, just see what a virtual private network can do for you. And then, my friend, do yourself a favor. Sign up, use my name, Rusty, and the promo code, get 20% off. Let's see here. Let's check in and see who we got. Somebody just video messaged me. Timothy's there. Karen checking in from Oregon. Another Karen from Arlington, Texas. How you doing? Elaine, hi. John, Tampa, Florida. Julie, Marie, Kathy, Timothy, Antonio, hola. Barry's in Tucson. Edward is in Crown Point, New York. Jim is in Vero Beach, Florida. Nikki's there. Randall's there. Let's see. Matthew's got a live look at the right-wing snowflakes. Okay. Richard's there. Sarah, hi from Texas. Vote liberals out. Burn your Nikes, says David. Gail is there. Ed is in Tarpon Springs. Puerto Rico is where Antonio is. Roy is in Gladewater, Texas. Charlie, Cape Cod. Deplorable. Ernest is in Raymore, Missouri. Aurora, Colorado is where Tina is. Cindy's from the DFW area. Peggy is there. Reese and more. Brian, good evening. How are you? Before I get into the chaos at the Capitol and all the crazy stuff, I don't know. First of all, give me some thumbs ups. Get some hearts. Let's get the show started. Yeah, Becky says, haven't seen you in my feed for months. Yeah. Which is one of the reasons why I've got this announcement tonight. I have not been as consistent as a broadcaster as I'd like to be. Life has things that come up. And I have had some friends and some loved ones go through some terrible, terrible times recently. I've gone through them myself. I'm sure you've gone through them too. And the question is, what do you do to make a difference? Diane says, turn up the volume. Okay, I'll pump up the volume a little bit more, see if that makes a difference. How's that? Is that a little bit better? 1, 2, 3, 4. Life makes a difference whether you want it to or not. And again, the question is, what do you do about it? I had a friend who passed away recently. And his wife came to me and said, the insurance company won't pay up. What do you mean? The insurance company, my husband's dead, and the insurance company won't pay. Can you help? And sorry, I took a look. I'm being told, turn up the volume. I can't turn up the volume anymore, guys. I can do that. I can do this. It's cranked all the way. You're going to have to crank it on your end. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me get back to what's going on here. I'm getting a lot of frowny faces. Why so many frowny faces? Mad faces. All right. So, and I'll try to speak up a little bit more, and maybe that'll help. So this friend of mine's passed away. His wife says the insurance company won't pay up. Can you help? And I look into it and I investigate it, and I look at the insurance policy, and it wasn't a life insurance policy. It was an accidental death policy. And yeah, they had $500,000 of accidental death, but he died of natural causes. And there was nothing you could do. And it broke my heart. And I started talking with other people and looking into things, and when my wife passed away, I didn't have any life insurance. Why would I? I mean, she was 34 years old. Nothing was going to happen. And then she died. And then I keep seeing this over and over and over and over again. And then I talk to people, oh, I don't need life insurance. I've got life insurance. I'm covered. And then I look at their life insurance policy, and it's like, are you dude, do you realize what's going to happen when you die? Your wife, your best friend is going to be out in the cold. You're going to lose the house. And so if you've noticed that I've been gone lately, it's because this has really, really affected me. And so, and then part of me has been a little bit embarrassed to talk to you about it because I know what the trolls are going to do. But I bought a mortgage protection life insurance company, agency. And so I've taken my tests, and I've been doing this for months, and I've been helping a few people because I didn't want to bring it to you and tell you about it until I was ready. But here's what I really want to do. If you think you got enough life insurance, you might not. If you don't know, if you'd like to get more, the other thing is if you're at all interested in learning more, or if you're looking, I'm also looking to hire people around the country. If you want some information, please do yourself a favor. If you don't know, will you just email me, rustyonline777@gmail.com. Matter of fact, I'm going to put it on there. I can't even put it up. Sean says, my wife died at 22, didn't think I needed it either, but guess what? Janice says, life is real. Can you just email, if you want more information about any kind of life insurance, mortgage protection, I'm here to help people because people don't know the information. You couldn't help? You're poor? That was sarcasm. Yeah, it's rustyonline777@gmail.com. And have a little thing here I got from my new personal bestest friend of all time, which I'm kidding. But Danica Patrick here to talk about it here, and then we'll get to the show here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
For me, there's been a lot of changes lately. The biggest, of course, being the decision to be done with racing. In life, you have difficulties, you have struggles. For me, this is where life insurance comes in. It's part of your journey. It's one more thing that you can do to take burden off of you. So many aspects to life are just about doing the next best thing. And so the next best thing you can do for your financial fitness is to get life insurance.
All right. So again, if contact your good friend Rusty Humphries, and again, it's the email address is rustyonline777@gmail.com. rustyonline777@gmail.com. Because I'm seeing too many people not prepared. Too many people not prepared. Denise says life insurance is so expensive, most people can't afford it. That's not true. I can help you with that. But here's the thing I've learned the hard way. Man, when you start getting older, boy, it gets expensive. If you do it young, I'm not going to do a life insurance show today, but I can help you with your kids have $1 million by the time they graduate or get to retirement age. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today. We'll talk about it more. All right, let's get to what happened today. Chaos at the Capitol. Highlights from the chaotic first day of Brett Kavanaugh's confirmation hearing.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized to ask a question.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn.
Okay, first of all, these people were completely, and I'll play some more in a second. I'm so embarrassed for the Democrat Party. I don't know about you. I'm embarrassed for them that they actually, and you had United States senators out there going, well, gosh, this was good. We need to support this. Please do, because you're going to lose every single election you keep doing stuff like this, except maybe California.
Good morning. I welcome everyone to this confirmation hearing on the nomination of
Mr. Chairman.
Brett Kavanaugh.
Mr. Chairman.
To serve as Associate Justice.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized for a question before we proceed.
Regular order, Chairman.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be recognized to ask a question before we proceed. The committee received just last night, less than 15 hours ago, 42,000 pages of documents that we have not had an opportunity to review or read or analyze.
You're out of order. I'll proceed.
We cannot possibly move forward, Mr. Chairman,
I
with this
extend
hearing.
a very warm welcome
We have not
to
been
Judge
given
Kavanaugh,
an opportunity to have a meaningful
his wife,
hearing on
Ashley.
the nominee.
Their two daughters.
Mr. Chairman, I agree with my colleague Senator Harris. Mr. Chairman,
Judge
we
Kavanaugh's
received
many law
42,000
clerks
documents that we haven't
and
been
everyone
able
else joining
to review
us
last
today.
night, and we believe this hearing should
I
be
know
postponed.
this is an exciting day for all of you here,
Mr. Chairman.
and you're rightly proud
Mr. Chairman,
of
if we cannot be recognized, I move to adjourn.
the American people.
Mr. Chairman, I move
get
to adjourn.
Hear directly from Judge Kavanaugh later this afternoon.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn. Mr. Chairman, we have been denied real access to the documents we need to advise.
Mr. Chairman, regular order is called for.
Which turns this hearing into a charade and a mockery of our norms.
Well,
and Mr. Chairman, I therefore move to adjourn this hearing.
Okay.
This is a mockery and a tragedy of justice. This is a tragedy of justice. We will not go back. Cancel Brett Kavanaugh. Adjourn the hearing.
Yep. Didn't even hear what she says. He's sitting there with class. I can't even tell what she's saying other than yap.
We're not in executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I ask for a roll call vote on my motion to adjourn.
Yep. And how about the Democrats sitting there almost, their silence is encouraging it. Why don't you say, hey, shut your pie holes. You're not helping us. That's what they should be doing, but they won't.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn. I ask for a roll call vote.
We're not in executive session. We will continue as planned.
Mr. Chairman, may I be recognized, sir? Mr. Chairman, I appeal to the chair to recognize myself or one of my colleagues.
You're out of order.
Mr. Chairman, I appeal to be recognized on your sense of decency and integrity even the documents you have requested, Mr. Chairman, even the ones that you said, the limited documents you have requested, this committee has not received. And the documents we have, you, sir, have
Chairman,
labeled...
Hello, I'm Cory Booker. I want to be Barack Obama so bad. I want to be president so bad. I'll say it, do anything. Please, let me run for president, please. Wah, wah, I'm Cory Booker. Wah, wah. I mean, Kamala Harris, these Democrats are so obvious in what they're doing. This has nothing to do with Kavanaugh, although they like the idea of judicial fiat and the judges overruling the voters all the time. But this is about them running for president in 2020. This is about their politics. I mean, this is so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing. And for anybody to think that these people are anything but immature children, I don't know what else you could call this. It's just embarrassing. Do you agree or disagree? Do you think the Democrats are obstructing the system? Do you think their behavior is inexcusable? If so, thumbs up. If not, give me the frowny face. If you think that they're doing a great job, frowny face me. I'm wrong. Tell me. I want to know. Let's get back to this.
Confidential should be transparent. This committee, sir, is a violation of even the values I've heard you talk about time and time again. The ideals that we should have. What is the rush? What are we trying to hide by not having the documents out front? What is with the rush? What are we hiding by not letting those documents come out? Sir, this committee is a violation of the values that we as a committee have striven for, transparency. We are rushing through this process in a way that is unnecessary. And I appeal for the motion to at least be voted on.
Mr. Chairman.
At least let's have a vote, because when we wrote you a letter on August 24th
Senator.
asking to have a meeting on this issue, you denied us even the right to meet. So here we are having a meeting. Let's at least debate this issue. Let's at least call this for a vote. I appeal to your sense of fairness and decency, your commitments that you've made to transparency. This violates what you have even said and called for, sir. You've called for documents, you yourself, limited documents. We thought there should be more. We have not received the documents that you have even called for. So, sir, based upon your own principles, your own values, I call for at least to have a debate or a vote on these issues and not for us to rush through this process.
Mr. Chairman.
Senator.
Mr. Chairman. I've heard calls for regular order.
I'd like to respond to Senator Booker. Senator Booker, I think that I respect very much a lot of things you do, but you spoke about my decency and you spoke about my decency and integrity.
I mean, okay, let's just stop right there. So as they're talking about decency and integrity, and Cory Booker is trying to be buddies with Chairman Grassley there, in the middle of that, another lib starts her yap, 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 screeching fingernails on the chalkboard, yelling. And why doesn't Cory Booker go, hey, shut your cake hole! He's talking! Right? I mean, isn't that what he should do? I mean, probably not like that exactly, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, this is just embarrassing. This is embarrassing. It's shameful. You know, again, they've been talking about this all day. You've probably heard it as well. They've requested more. They have received more documents than the past, was it 5 Supreme Court justices combined? And it's not enough. They want more. Why? Because it's never enough. Nothing's ever enough for Democrats. They can't spend enough money. Not possible. I mean, Republicans, they've been out of control spending money in the past, doing a little bit better with Trump, but, can't spend enough. I remember. Yeah, what happened to respect, asked Gloria. Timothy says Sergeant Arms should have removed the loud outbursts. Yes. And Ron the racist is here. Shut up, Booker. White noise, privilege in action. Ron the racist. Interesting. Timothy says it's breaking the law. Bonnie says this dog and pony show is getting old. Kara says they still can't stand the fact that people did not pick her. The chosen one. I can't get more of this. Terry's watching. Terry, how you doing? Helena says, people need to check out before they are allowed in the room. This was out of hand. Kevin says the U.S. needs to be the world's largest exporter of liberals. Thomas says, agree. They should all just steamroll and they're disrespectful. Escort them out. Randy says, yeah, this is rushed, almost like the Obamacare bill. Let's see. Shannon, greetings from Jacksonville. Hey, how you doing? Dwayne, the loser left should be declared as the traitor terrorists they are. Jane says, very sad, very embarrassing, disgusting, frustrating. Brenda says, can't take it anymore today. Going to go watch Tombstone. Well, Brenda, I'll be your Huckleberry. You know, Kara says, I don't remember this ever happening to a Democrat nominee. You know, both sides play their games. Republicans, though, overwhelmingly, I don't want to say give in. Well, no, they do give in. They cave a lot of times. I mean, Kagan and Sotomayor, two of the worst jurists to ever get appointed to the Supreme Court. And yet there was a bunch of Republicans that said, listen, Obama's the president. We may not like him, but there's nothing horrific about these people. He's got a right to nominate whoever he wants to the Supreme Court, and they let him on. I forget the numbers, but it was 60 votes, 70 votes. I mean, it was pretty high numbers for Democrat nominees, but it's always when the Republicans come in, Democrats pull this crap. Now, part of it is they're entitled. They always think that they should get what they want, number one. Number two, they're far more dependent on the judiciary than conservatives are. We believe in the rule of law. We believe in interpreting the Constitution the way the founders wanted it. Their interpretation is, the Constitution is living, breathing. We can change it whenever we want. No, you can't. You're not supposed to. And they magically find laws, and they magically find things, and they find rights. And liberals have done this for a long, long time. Things that couldn't get voted in, liberals, law of the stroke of the pen, law of the land. Conservatives go, well, wait a second, we have rules and laws and the Constitution, and we're supposed to do things a certain way. And the left is always, it's all a bunch of old white men stuff, and if we don't like it, we just ignore it. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse. So thank God President Trump has stood up and said, you know what? We're not just going to give in to you. We're not just going to give you what you want. I mean, thank God Hillary Clinton didn't win. Can you imagine what kind of hack job she'd get on that Supreme Court? Let's see. Oh, that's Rish. Blame Bush was so last week. Stark, Florida here. Blows my mind how people have become. That's Kat. Larry is from Joshua, Texas. Kara says exactly. Gracie says some papers are from the Bush presidency. They are classified and unavailable. Yes, Gracie, that is true. And when Kagan was in, there was a ton of stuff when she was running because she was, right there on a lot of Obama stuff. And so they didn't let much of that in. And again, there have been more documents already provided than the past 5 nominees combined. What do they get? Is Cory Booker going to sit there and, well, let's see here. Page 4, page 10. No, they're not going to sit there and read it. All right. Let's see. Hillary would have put Obama in the Supreme Court. Yeah, I don't know if they like each other that much. Timothy says, reminds me of the third world. What's next? Throwing chairs like Uganda? For some reason, I'm trying to hit the see more stuff and see more of your lines other than just one line. And for some reason, I can't do that today, so I apologize. Bill says, Harry Reid abused the normal protocol, but that was just fine. I mean, that's true. It was supposed to be 60 votes to get a Supreme Court nominee through. He changed it to 51, and the Democrats were dancing. Woo, yeah, we can get who we want. Oh, this is good. And I remember going, okay, you got what you wanted. Guess what? You're not going to be in office that forever. And now Republicans are in. What? You want to have just 51 votes? What? Hypocrite SOBs. Anyway, let's get back to Corey. There's not much left. Yeah, I'll take it back just so you can. Let's go back a little bit.
I'd like to respond to Senator Booker. Senator Booker, I think that I respect very much a lot of things you do, but you spoke about my decency and you spoke about my decency and integrity, and I think you are taking advantage of my decency and integrity.
Amen. They were taking advantage of his decency and integrity. Embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. Let's see. What else did I have on tappity tap 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 for today? Be careful what you wish for. Yep. Oh. What do you have In-N-Out Burger where you are? You see the big thing over the weekend where Democrats in California decided they were going to, because they saw that In-N-Out Burger donated $25,000 to the Republican Party of California, right? And so they got all, we want a boycott. And then everybody went there. I did it too. And anyway, there are certain things you boycott. Like Nike, I'm all for it. You're going to make Colin Kaepernick your new spokesman? I'm done with Nikes. That's easy. But you're going to go after In-N-Out because they donated $25,000, and by the way, also donated $25,000. Did it to both parties. Good luck on that one. Anyway, if you've never been to In-N-Out Burger, this is a great little video I saw about how Californians feel about In-N-Out Burger. Here you go.
Man, our brother is starving.
Yeah? Dude, let's go eat. Where'd you want to go?
We gotta go to In-N-Out. We gotta go to In-N-Out.
All right. Well, I mean, I've never been there, but
you never
do a good job.
Hold on, I got something else playing. Sorry. Let's fix that. I hate it. Let's go back. Try it again. Take two. Here we go.
Man, our brother is starving, man.
Yeah? Dude, let's go eat. Where'd you want to go?
We gotta go to In-N-Out. We gotta go to In-N-Out.
All right. Well, I mean, I've never been there, but
you never been to In-N-Out?
No.
You ain't never. We on the way.
Is it good?
Is it good? This dude just asked me if In-N-Out was good.
All right.
Where you from, Mars?
Let's try it.
We on the way.
A few moments later.
Oh, yes. Yo, I can't believe you haven't had In-N-Out, man.
Really?
I'm about to change your life.
All right, let's try it. Just a normal burger.
Hey, don't you ever say that about In-N-Out again.
Smile Squad.
Hope you guys enjoyed the video.
All right, that's very cute, and it's true. That is how Californians feel about In-N-Out, and it's good. Is it the greatest thing ever? No, but it's good. It's good. Dee Dee likes Whataburger better anyway. Bonnie says, who can afford Nike? Nike lost about $4 billion in a matter of hours this morning because of their activist stunt. Yes, they did. Somebody wrote, Larry wrote, In-N-Out Burger is part of the Nike conglomerate. No, they're not. In-N-Out Burger is a family-owned company. Every one of the franchisees is owned by the same family. And as I understand, the parents died in an accident, and the daughter took over, and I think she's the wealthiest person in California, one of the wealthiest people in America. And, good for her. Good for her. Let's see here. Timothy says, buy New Balance. Bill says, champion for the oppressed. White child labor works 25 cents an hour to make Nike billions. Carolyn says, good evening, Rusty. Good evening, Carolyn. Hello there. Women's athletics, New Balance made in America, says Timothy. Love this. Wish there was one in my area. Hi, Diane. Jessica from Illinois again. Hey, Jessica, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. What else is going on? Anything? Now I've got that Frankie Valli song. I love you, baby, and if it's quite all right, I need you, baby. Oh. So did you see? Okay, Bob Woodward's got a new book about Trump, and they got a recording. Bill just had double-double. There you go. Did you have it animal style? Double-doubles are good. You got to have it animal style. Same with the fries. Fries, you got to have animal style too. It's a rule. Love In-N-Out, Christian company that treats their employees well, says Patty. Nike will lose even more in the future. That is true. All right, I don't have 11 minutes to listen to this entire thing. This entire interview with Bob Woodward and President Trump, but let's listen to a little bit. We'll fast forward a little bit. I want to get your take on this interview. Here we go. And why is it not clicking? Click, go, play, start. Here we go.
My tape recorder.
There we go. Try it again.
Okay. Permission.
That's okay. I don't
I'm
mind.
Sorry we missed the opportunity to talk for the book.
Well, I just spoke with Kellyanne, and she asked me if I got a call. I never got a call. I never got a message. Who did you ask about speaking to me?
Well, about 6 people.
Well, they don't tell me.
Senator, I talked to Kellyanne about it 2.5 months ago. She came for lunch.
Well, it's too bad. Of course, you and I had a conversation, a couple of years ago, and so that, I think, got you there a little bit. And we had a conversation many years ago, if you remember, in Trump Tower.
I did.
That has to be 20 years ago. And you were thinking about doing a book about me then, which is interesting. Who knew it would have been on this subject, right?
Yeah,
that was not in the cards at that time.
That's right. Well, I'm sorry. I
still remember that.
I spent a lot of time on this, talked to lots of people.
Okay, a lot of people,
and
hold on. Okay, we'll get that. But so he talked to a lot of people, and he couldn't get the president. Now, by the way, it's probably a good thing that it's not that easy to get the President of the United States to talk to any journalist. I'm sorry. I would hope the president is busy and has a little more time, a few more things on his hands to do than just talking to Bob Woodward. All right? Let's see here. Arnold's here. Hey, y'all, first time here, hailing from Jackson, Mississippi. Hey, Arnold, how you doing, brother? Larry says, thanks for correction, In-N-Out Burger. Rusty, you got me, Larry. All I want is the truth out there. Dee Dee says, anonymous sources for Woodward's book. See, and that's the thing. Jessica says, doing good, Rusty. Have you talked about this pathetic outreach of the Dems at the Kavanaugh hearing? Yeah, we did talk about that. You could rewind after the show and listen to it. All right, so here's the thing about this video, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit. Yeah, if I should have talked, I could have. Okay, then Trump talks about we're doing good. Yeah. Learn something about reporting. Okay, I'll go back to this in just a second. There's a lot of people that lost their jobs under Trump. They got in. Trump is new to politics. Okay, this is no secret to anybody. Trump's new to politics, okay? It's one of the reasons why I wanted him there. I think you too. Okay? And so there are mistakes. You hire some of the wrong people. It happens in every administration. No administration from the first day has the same people at the end. None of them. So, oh my gosh, it was chaos, and all these anonymous sources are saying that Trump was mean, or they're calling Trump an idiot, or he heard Kelly say something bad. Oh, you mean people might have gotten upset because they didn't get their way, and so they storm out of the office? That guy's an idiot. How many times have you done that with your boss? How many times have you just vented? And all of a sudden that's supposed to be, well, we better remove him from office because he's crazy. No. People didn't get what their way. They didn't agree with Trump. You know, there's one thing I read in the book, and I don't remember who said it. And it was some guy who was pretty high up in the food chain, and he didn't like the idea of us getting rid of NAFTA. And so what he would do is every time the paper would come to the president's desk for him to sign something about NAFTA, he'd just take it. And so the president wouldn't see it. And Trump would keep going, where's the NAFTA paper? Oh, golly jeepers, I don't know where it's at. Well, first of all, Trump was right about NAFTA, and he fixed NAFTA, or is in the process of doing it with Canada. He's already fixed it with Mexico. The guy that did that should not only be fired, but should probably have some kind of prison time. You're just going to take a piece of paper from the president of the United States so he can't fix problems? Who the hell do you think you are? I don't blame Trump for that. I blame these a-holes that were in his administration. All right. Let's listen to a little bit more of what Trump had to say to Bob Woodward.
Talk to people and see them outside of the White House and outside of their offices, and gained a lot of insight and documentation. And it's it's a tough look at the world and your administration and you.
Right. Well, I assume that means it's going to be a negative book, but I'm sort of 50% used to that. That's all right. Some are good and some are bad. Sounds like this is going to be a bad one.
It's a chance missed, and I don't know how things work over there in terms of getting to you.
Well, if you would call Madeline in my office, did you speak to Madeline?
No, I didn't. But
Madeline is the key. She's the secret
because
I talked to Raj she's the president.
I talked to Kelly.
Well, a lot of them are afraid to come and talk, or
all right, well, we'll stop it for a second. So, gosh, I didn't get to the right secretary. Okay, so that's Trump's fault. And by the way, from what look at this, he only gave the president 3 months. Oh, so the president of the United States better drop everything he's doing for Bob Woodward. So Bob Woodward can write a book. Trump was busy with Putin and the Democrat lies. He was busy with Kim Jong-un. I mean, this guy's been busy fixing the economy, making America great again. Bob Woodward sitting around writing a book, talking to people who are pissed off, trying to make this guy look bad. And it's Trump's fault he didn't hurry lickety-split so he could answer some questions of Bob Woodward. Let me continue here. Blah, blah, blah.
Can you tell me? I would have been very happy to speak to him. All right.
So he gets Kellyanne Conway in there, and they talk and blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go.
Tapes, because with permission, I tape people for hundreds of hours.
Good.
And I think there's nothing in this book that doesn't come from a first-hand source. Is that correct, Evelyn?
I believe.
But are you naming names, or do you just say sources?
Yeah, well, it names real incidents. So
no, but do you name sources? I mean, are you naming the people, or just say people have said?
I say at 2 o'clock on this day, the following happened, and everyone who's there, including yourself, it is quoted. And I'm sorry I didn't get to ask you about these.
I mean, you do know I'm doing a great job for the country. You do know that NATO now is going to pay billions and billions of dollars more, as an example, than anybody thought possible, that other presidents were unable to get more, and it was heading downward. You do know all of the things I've done and things that I'm doing. I'm in the process of making some of the greatest trade deals ever to be made. You do understand that stuff. I mean, I hope.
I understand, and I would have loved to go through a discussion with you about NATO, because this, goes back to early in your administration and your concern about it, and the agreement that the countries have that they would increase their defense contribution, by the year 2024. And, so anyway, we are...
Well, last year, if you see the Secretary Stoltenberg, he said, I believe $44 billion just last year, and that was from last year's meeting. And this year, it's much more money they've agreed to put up. So it's a tremendous amount of money. No other president has done it. It was heading down in the opposite direction. So I don't know if you're going to report it that way. Probably not. But it's too bad. But that's all right. But one of those things.
Everything.
Okay, and you can find that whole thing online if you want to watch it and listen to it. Trump's right. He's right, and Bob Woodward is again another one of the establishment, and he's very angry, as is most of the press. Well, the freedom of the press has been damaged by this president. No, the freedom of the press has been damaged by the press. The press and their biases have been exposed, and nobody wants to watch them anymore because we all know they're liars unless you're on the left and you just want to hear your talking points repeated time and time and time again. Jessica says, I'm glad they got this conversation. He needs to pull the book and rewrite it. It was written under, and again, sorry, I could only get the first sentence when you put something up today. Again, I don't know what it is. Leslie says, fake book. That's the truth right there, says Patty. Yep, that's true. Let's see. Anything else that was interesting from today? Oh, there was a pretty interesting column about this from the Wall Street Journal. Let me share it with you, shall I? Woodward and the mystery of Trump. How does a chaotic White House get so much done? It's a good question. Oh, thank you. James Freeman wrote this. Bob Woodward is preparing to release the latest book describing the chaotic Trump White House, led by an unhinged ignoramus. Also in the news today, the manufacturing revival promised by the alleged ignoramus is in full swing. As is his custom, Mr. Woodward includes in his new book a great deal of material from anonymous sources. The result, according to his colleagues at the Washington Post, is a harrowing portrait of the Trump's presidency. The Post reports. The central theme of the book is the stealthy machinations used by those in Trump's inner sanctum to try to control his impulses and prevent disasters, both for the president personally and for the nation he was elected to lead. Woodward describes an administrative coup d'etat and a nervous breakdown of the executive branch, with senior aides conspiring to pluck official papers from the president's desk so he couldn't see or sign them. According to the book, the most senior of the president's aides thinks the president is out of his mind. White House Chief of Staff John F. Kelly frequently lost his temper and told colleagues that he thought the president was unhinged, Woodward writes. In one small group meeting, Kelly said of Trump, "He's an idiot. It's pointless to try to convince him of anything. He's gone off the rails. We're in crazy town, I say. I don't even know why any of us are here. This is the worst job I've ever had." This afternoon, White House released a statement from General Kelly that says, the idea I ever called the president an idiot's not true. I stated back in May, I firmly stand behind it. I spend more time with the president than anyone. We have an incredibly candid and strong relationship. He always knows where I stand, and he and I both know this story is total BS. Anyway, Sarah Sanders addressed the book more generally today as nothing more than fabricated stories by many former disgruntled employees told to make the president look bad. But based on this bullish manufacturing report, by the way, American factory activity in August expanded the strongest pace in more than 14 years. The Institute of Supply Management on Tuesday said the manufacturing index rose 63%, the highest level since May 2004. So based on this bullish manufacturing report and another pleasant surprise today in the Census Bureau's reporting on construction spending, the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta raised its estimate of economic growth in the third quarter to a sizzling 4.7%. One might conclude that allowing the economy to grow by reducing the burden of taxes and regulations is so simple that even an unhinged ignoramus can do it. Yet many seemingly sane and knowledgeable politicians have proven unable to grasp the concept. Therefore, we must search for other explanations. Could it be that Donald Trump is not as crazy and ignorant as Mr. Woodward would suggest he is? Okay. David says McCain's replacement was picked today. Yes, I live in Arizona. Senator John Kyle. Here's my thing. Is there nobody else new? Do we have to go back to a senator that retired, 8 years ago, 10 years ago? We got to go back? There's nobody new. We couldn't have put Kelly Ward in there. I mean, does everything have to be establishment? I'm so sick of the establishment. I couldn't care less about the establishment. We've got to get less of those people there and not more of them. Let's see here. No, they don't understand. So glad I walked away, says Zeta. Patty agrees with me. That's, why, Patty? Because you're very intelligent. Obviously, you're a stinking genius. If you agree with me. All right, guys. I should be here tomorrow. Do me a favor. Do yourself a favor, would you please? Again, I bought a mortgage protection, life protection company. Had it for a number of months now, but I've decided I'm going to share it with you, and I want to help you. Email me, rustyonline777@gmail.com, rustyonline777@gmail.com, and either I or one of my people will get back to you. We want to see what we can do to make sure that you're covered. I know you think you're covered, but I got in this business because so many people thought they were and they weren't. So I want to help you. Please let me help you, would you? rustyonline777@gmail.com. Also, make sure you go to virtualshield.com/Rusty. 20% discount if you use my name, Rusty, at checkout. I want to thank the nice folks at Liberty One TV and Right Wing News. Yeah, David says it's better than McCain's wife or daughter. Yeah, that's true. Cindy checking in from Texas. May God bless you. May God bless America. My name is Rusty Humphries. RustyOnline777@gmail.com. Please let me help your family. Oh, I got it covered, Rusty. You're just trying to sell life insurance. No, I'm trying to make sure you're covered. I really, really am. I don't want to see what happened to some friends of mine recently happen to you. So let me help you out, okay? RustyOnline777@gmail.com. All right, that's it. May God bless you. May God bless America. I'm Rusty Humphries. This is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.